So. Alright. What's going on, guys? Uh, Not 100% sure what's going on yet. We're actually approaching now. We are getting reports that possible shots fired. So, we're on our way to go check it out. Obviously, as I have more, I'll kind of give you that information. What's up? Alright, so, hold on. Hello.
We're press, independent journalist, sir. Okay.
Just out here covering what's going on.
Sure, you guys can hang out back here and just don't come past the squad car, please, okay?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Thank you.
Do you have any information that you can give us at this time?
Just that we're investigating the shots fired.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
So is it confirmed or never mind? I see the
Confirmed
tags.
shots fired. As far as right now, we don't have any victims.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So as you guys can hear, we were asked not to cross the area where the squad cars are. We're on 44th Street and 5th Avenue. Looks like there's 7 shots. What we're going to do is, because I have the world's shakiest hands, we're going to try and zoom in. So 7, you do see 7 tags. I don't know if you guys can see, but you can actually see officers with their flashlights out. It looks like they are kind of out searching for whether they're shell casings or... We always try and be safe out here. Thank you for that. Apparently I'm not as safe as I found out tonight that I'm not as safe as I... Stay over. Just stay over there. 44th and 5th Avenue. That's where we're at right now. So they did respond to shots fired. As you can see officers kind of flashing their lights at the side of a building right now. Oh guys, with the camera shaking a little bit more than usual, I forgot my hoodie, so that's what it is. I'm cold. See, sharing personal information. That's how you do it. I didn't wear a hoodie. I thought I have one. I just didn't think I was going to be out this late. It's past my bedtime. No, actually, whenever we arrived, the officer did say that no one appears to have been hurt. So that is good news. However, it does appear that there were quite a few shots. As you can see, there is 7 on the ground, 7 markers on the ground. It's usually going to... those are the only details that we have at this time. We did get information from the officer whenever we arrived. And I can see. So we obviously can't go past the cruiser. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the officers do appear to be looking for, I don't know if they've identified, but they do appear to be looking for bullet holes or bullet entry. that's where you got with that. There are officers on the scene. So when we arrived, a portion of the street was kind of blocked off so that we couldn't even get to it. So we actually had to go around and come down the backside. Thank you for not posting details. I wasn't aware of any details. Nope, still don't have a police scanner. There's a lot of things that I don't have, guys. Let's not focus on that right
Hey, listen. If you guys are watching, Lakota's here. Lakota, we're gonna get Lakota a Venmo, a GoFundMe. We gotta get Lakota a helmet, a press shirt. We gotta get Lakota a baseball cup. Guys, Lakota needs gear. The same as how I have gear. We gotta protect Lakota.
I've never been so sheltered in my life.
Lakota's very sheltered. So everybody help Lakota get a helmet and a baseball cup and a vest and all that fun stuff.
So we're in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We're at the corner of 5th Avenue and 44th Street. We are at an area where shots fired was reported, and obviously it does appear to be accurate because, as you can see, there are 7 evidence markers on the ground. No, this is not in Chicago. Why would you think this is Chicago?
Because it looks like a Chicago scene on like a Tuesday afternoon.
Stop. Yes, 44th Street and 5th Avenue, Kenosha. If you guys are wondering why the camera's shaking it so bad, because I'm freezing my butt off. I have to be honest with you, I don't have a lot to freeze off to begin with. So as you guys can see, the officers are actually kind of taking their flashlights and shining them across the front of the buildings. They're looking, oh, looks like they found one. That flash was from a camera. We're not crossing. Alright, so looks like you do have evidence markers, multiple shots fired. So yeah. They are scanning the outside of houses, outside of apartments. Looks like they found a few things. They are going into the building. That's literally like not a
That's a lot closer than you thought.
I don't think that one wants us here.
There's nothing you can do. You're fine. You're already instructed to stay back.
Yep.
We don't have a scanner. You know, we don't have access to what's going on. And right now, you guys are actually showing cops doing normal, good cop work. You know,
That's a good call. So, to be quite honest with you, Rod, we're not sure yet what happened. Unfortunately, we don't have access to scanners or anything at this point in time, and the information that we did get from the officer as we approached was that they were responding to responding to shots fired. We were asked to stay behind the squad cars as we're doing as we're instructed, and Kenosha Police Department is here doing what they do to kind of try and figure out what happened. No, it is not an officer involved shooting at all. That's not what was said. No, actually when we pulled up we did ask the officer what the situation was, and they said that nobody had been injured, so that's a good thing. It's always good whenever you can come to these and say, hey, nobody was hurt. I don't know who's trying to claim my stream, but right now I'm just out here. I don't want you guys looking at my face because I'm freezing and my nose is about to fall off. But thank you though. So as you can see, they are checking the front of the building. I actually did see them go inside. So it looks like they found the area where most of the shots went into, or some shots went into, I should say. I shouldn't say most. I don't know that to be a fact. So it does look like they found the area where shots went into. Whew. What do you mean it's not? What do you mean it's not cold? I'm good. I'll freeze.
It's like, it's got like heat stuff in it.
I might have to bring you along just to make sure that I get a good laugh in from now on. From now on, I'm gonna be like, hey, we gotta call him real quick. I'm gonna be out.
Research assistants
Yes, sir.
and look for some viewers because they're awesome researchers.
Why this guy?
And
Media
So-
transportation.
they're
Oh, media transportation specialist. I like that. Wonder if I could write a part for that. So again, we're at the corner of 5th Avenue and 44th Street. We do have officers have reported to or responded to a report of shots fired. As you can see from the ground, you do have 7 evidence markers on the ground. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that that means that they found 7 shell cases. Looks like they are picking something up from those markers now, and as you can see, officers are going into the building here. Again, I'm not going to push my luck here, but we're going to try and get...
you could walk down here and give me and Dakota some snacks.
No, again, we're not sure what it is. I don't want to do the speculation thing. I don't want to... first of all, we're not going to do the jump to conclusion things, especially here. Thank you. No, that's fine, especially for woke.net. I do share their streams a lot, so it's fine. It is what it is, but again, I have to be honest with you guys, this is a very quiet residential area. This area of town is usually very, very quiet. So, nope, Zachary, no one was hurt. Just to recap, we are reporting to the scene of a reported shooting. Police did respond. They are currently investigating. When we arrived, we did manage to speak with an officer who said they asked us to make sure that we stayed behind the cruiser, and then whenever we asked them, they said, you know, they were they were investigating a reported shooting, and that currently at this time there was no one that was injured. As someone else has pointed out, there is no ambulance or anything here, so there's nothing. No one's been injured. No one's been hurt. And like I said, I've lived here the majority of my life. This is one of the areas that you can access to get down to the lake, and this is really a part of town that's generally pretty quiet. Sorry, I've been up all day and my nose is cold. I have no idea. That was a good question that I should have asked. I did not see that anyone was in custody, and I did not get the chance to ask if anyone had been placed into custody. And if we get a chance to speak with any of the officers, we will make sure to ask them when they come over. It does appear that they are still looking to see if they can find anything. As you can see, that officer is a little closer. So, as you can see, he's over here checking. So they are looking for, I'm going to guess, bullet holes.
Entry point.
Yeah, entry points. Yeah, Rod, we found out the hard way that the scanner is kind of offline tonight.
We have evidence.
We do. No, anyone does not appear to be in custody, but if an officer comes over again, we'll make sure to ask them. I'm not sure of the address, and to be quite honest with you, I don't feel like I would want to put that out on blast. I just know that we're on the corner of 5th Avenue and 44th Street. and I'm gonna go out on a limb and just make an assumption that this house right here seems to be the one that was impacted, because you see officers that continuously go in and out. Now, I would say that it's safe to assume that the shooting happened outside, since the shell casings are out on the
Used to be
street.
like a stop and go
Yeah.
situation. They obviously stopped. You can tell from the layout. It looks like they stopped or crawled past, almost like a drive-by, I would say, and then exited out. You know,
Right, because everything right here is, as you guys can see, it's kind of,
it's all clustered.
yep, and then it's,
So this was the target area.
yep. So,
But nobody got hit.
yeah, they're not reporting anybody was injured, so that's a good thing
There's no medical personnel here.
at all. So that's always good. Hey guys, how you doing? Not too bad. My name's Lakota. I'm with Lakota Lichtwalt Media. I'm actually a local independent journalist from here. Do you guys have a minute to talk on camera? Are you? Yeah.
I do. What's up?
Hi. And your name is?
My name's Tanya.
Tanya. Nice to meet you.
Me too.
Tanya, do you know what happened over here? Yeah.
We were sitting in our living room watching TV before I get to bed.
Okay.
We heard like 6 or 7 gunshots. They were like really, really close, so we knew it was outside our doors.
Mhm.
I tried to come out and peek what was going on, but I'd call 911 first.
Okay.
Then when we came outside, it was real quiet, but while the shooting was happening, shortly after that there was a scream and like tire streaking, like someone was taking off or coming back in a hurry.
Okay.
So, we came out here and the officers came to ask us for our information, asked us what we knew to help their investigation, and we basically told them the same thing we just told you.
Okay. So, in the end of it, and just to recap, you heard a lot of things, but you didn't actually get to see anything.
No, we didn't actually get to see it.
Okay. And how long have you guys lived here at this?
Since February.
Okay. And I know it's only been since February, but are you from the city of Kenosha?
Yes.
So, this area of town, and I just want to make sure I get all of you in, so would you say this is something that you would expect for, I mean, this is normally,
Not in this area, no. Yes, it's normally a quiet neighborhood. We don't have any issues, drama of any kind, except for certain neighbors that are fighting all the time. But I don't know if it has anything to do with that or not. But
okay.
that's the only time it's pretty busy. But it's in that one spot. They don't really intervene with anyone else's living or anything like that. It's just them there.
Okay. Could you expand on that a little bit? You said that there seems to be one neighbor. Now, you alluded to, are we talking about the same area that the shooting appears to have been focused on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you shake your head. Is everything okay? I just want to make sure you're good.
No. Oh, her.
Okay, yeah.
She's a little shook up because it happened so close to home. This is not anything that we deal with on a daily here. This neighborhood that's not known for that. That's why when we got this spot, we were lucky because there was none of that drama here. We can live freely and safety free, be safe of everything. And now we have to worry about people having issues with gunshots and stuff like that, and it's just ridiculous. We shouldn't have to worry about that stuff while we sit in our living room because of the neighborhood we live in, but that's unfortunate now.
So, what was your first thought whenever this happened?
I thought we was gonna die, cause it was like right here by right here. Like I heard them, like it was really close. It sounded like they was right here. So I thought I was really about to die. I ain't even lie. So I jump up off the couch.
And she hit
fall
the deck.
on the floor.
She hit the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems to be the move that you make.
Yeah.
Pulling entry casings out of the siding of the property over there.
Okay. I'm going to come over and take a look at that in a second.
You guys found bullet casings?
Yeah, it sounds like they're
They've got
pulling.
the casings on the ground over there, but then they've got some that made it to the house over there that they're pulling out of the siding, but nobody got hit. So I mean, all the luck fell into the right
I
area.
knew
today.
it. I don't know. My heart just told me instantly when I heard the gunshots, it was that house. Because that's the only house that there's issue at any time.
Would you say it's more than just you that has an issue? It's the rest of the neighborhood seems to have an
The
issue.
rest of the neighborhood thinks the same.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
I can verify.
first of all, Tanya, I want to kind of thank you both for your time. And I didn't catch your name,
Alyssa.
Alyssa. I want to thank you guys both for your time. Could you do me a favor? Could you reach out on my media page and maybe shoot me a text message? I would or a message on my media page. I would love to maybe take a little bit more time at a future date and time to sit down and kind of go over the situation with
Yeah,
you.
definitely. I work till 3, but I'm home at about 4:30.
Sounds
I
good.
have a question.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be on the news, is it?
It's live right now on Facebook. So
Oh,
it's
hey, Facebook.
Oh, okay.
it's already live. So yeah, it's a media page. So if you want to reach out to Lakota Lichtwalt Media on Facebook, you'll actually see that you're already currently streaming. But if you leave me a message, I'd love to follow up with you guys in a couple days just to see how you're feeling,
Yes,
to
for sure.
give yourself some time to kind of come down from the adrenaline that I know that comes with this, but also to kind of get maybe a little bit more. Maybe you'll have remembered something else by that time.
Okay, sounds good. You
Is that
said
good?
Lakota Tuthwell?
No, Lichtwalt,
L-I.
Lichtwalt,
L-I-C-H-T-W.
Alt
A-L-T.
Media.
Media. Okay.
And you should be able to find me there, and then just go ahead and shoot me a message, Tanya. And then, like I said, I would love to follow up with you. And I want to tell you that we are glad that you guys are all safe. So I'm sorry that you guys had to go through that, but I'm going to go take a look and see if we can find out some more information.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice night, guys.
You too. Night, Facebook.
So, I don't know what happened to my compatriots, but, oh, there they are right in front of me. So it would appear that the reason why we're coming back over here is that they are currently pulling bullet shell casings out of the wall currently. And I don't know that I have...
Shell casings will be over there, and bullets will actually be over
So it looks like they're currently pulling those out, and they're kind of doing... It's almost like he's doing a field test around the windowsill. It's a little blurry on the stream, but it looks like he's just kind of feeling around the outside of the windowsill. Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, Jesus. Come on, guys. It's not a cop's house. Let's not speculate. We don't have all the information. Yes, I am in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Sorry, don't mean to sound short. Let's make sure that we're not assuming things. Let's wait until we find out the facts. The facts that we do have right now is just that it appears that there are 7 evidence markers on the street in the corner of 5th Avenue and 44th Street. From other people that are here, it does appear that it was almost a stop and go or a slow crawl drive-by shooting, and what we mean by that is that everything is kind of centered right here. Shortly after the shots were fired, it sounds like people could hear tires squeal or kind of scratch or squeal on the ground as they took off in a high rate of speed. And then, yeah, this is what we got going on in here, and it looks like they have managed to. Oh, yeah, let's get this. There we are. So it looks like they're pulling stuff out of the wall. As you can see, there are quite a few officers standing around the area where they're... I want to say that's a crowbar that they're trying to get access to some of this stuff on. No one is physically shot. No one was actually injured. So that's good news to report. They're currently pulling slugs. Thank you, Sarah. out of the house. Appears that they found entry points and are actually trying to extract them from the wall. What would you guys say this is, the construction material is on this? Would you say it's like siding over brick or?
Vinyl siding over new construction. They're all condos that were built in the same era.
Right.
I've got family that stays in the one, and these were all built in the same line. It's normal standardized construction. They're not brick underneath it.
Okay.
Those are vinyl overlays. So it's going to be lodged into the window framing is where they're pulling out now. And I believe those have some concreted like window sills and whatnot.
Okay.
So the bottom basing of it is a brick, and then they build up from there. So everything above that is not brick. It's all framework and drywall and tieback and whatnot. But where they're at right now on the windowsills, those all seem to be a concreted type situation for the framework.
Alright.
But they were prying out of vinyl siding, where it probably lodged because it looked like they were aiming for the window. Is what that appears to be for where it was at. On the lower unit of that building.
And just to confirm that we did see earlier that the officers did kind of shine their light up towards the top,
Right.
just to see, I'm going to guess to see if they could see any entry points. But the reality is just to kind of recap, give everybody what we got going on. We have no facts as of yet, other than officers are responding to a shooting that appears to be seven shots fired. It does appear to be at this house. We did get to interview a family that lives on the corner across the street. They do appear to, what they said is that they assumed that it was this house, which when they confirmed it was this house. We have no facts about who lives here, what the address is. I'm not going to give that out, but there is currently no injuries, and as you can see, officers are currently working to kind of working the scene, as it's called, to try and figure out what evidence they can get and kind of go from there. So that's what we have here. Just to give another heads up, this is actually a very quiet part of Kenosha. This is definitely not a norm, not even close. So for this to kind of be something that we have to, or that we are shown up, I did not get a description of the car. I did not get a chance to talk with the officers and find out if they had a description of the car. So no, I'm not sure. Right now, as you can see, that they're currently discussing something over there. If we can get a minute with them, we will. We'll just, kind of find out what information they are able to give us. Correct. There is no ambulance, but also we were informed earlier by the officer whenever we came up, he did make a statement that no one had been injured. So again, that's always a good sign. If we can show up somewhere and nobody's hurt, it's always a great day. So as you can see, they are still out. Looks like they're trying to figure out, I don't know if they're trying to figure out it. I just don't know. Let's just put it that way. No protest, no officer involved shooting. We're just reporting to the scene of a shooting. Scanners are down in Kenosha. We did get word that something had happened. We wanted to come over and check it out. In the process of checking it out, we did get word that they had responded to shots fired, 7 shots. At least that's what it appears to be. No one was injured. Unfortunately, they could not give us any more information than that. That's what we got. Yes, everything that we have right now is not, the information that we have is very limited. The only facts that we have are that there does appear to be 7 shots fired. Based on the pattern of where the shots are, it appears to be a drive-by, given that there was shortly after the shots were fired, you could hear, the neighbors say that they could hear tires squealing on the ground before they sped off. And then earlier you could see officers were actually removing bullet fragments from the walls and from the aluminum siding. Yeah, guys, please don't come in and say, hey, any speculative things. I will be more than happy to recap it. If you need a recap, let me know. That seems to be the topic of conversation tonight, Sarah. I'm revisiting the no money or the no cash info thing, and we'll get back to everyone later. So yeah, that's what we got going on. We're here with Never Stop Media. We got Kevin over here. And then we got the house. We're on the corner of 5th Avenue and 44th Street. As you can see, the facts that we have now is at first, whenever we approached, the officer asked what we were doing there. We informed them that we were independent press. They said that's fine, please don't pass the cruiser, which we haven't passed the cruiser. And then we asked the officer if they could inform us of what was going on. They said they were reporting to the scene of shots fired, and that no one had been injured. Thankfully, again, no one has been injured. Upon review, you can see that there are 7 evidence markers on the ground. The way that they are clustered, people have kind of shown that appears to be the kind of way a drive-by would happen. In addition to the fact that shortly after the shots were fired, people could hear tires screech on the ground in a high speed rate of speed as they took off. And then earlier you could see officers pulling bullet fragments from the aluminum siding as well as from the windowsill. So that's what we have going on. Again, we did get to speak with some local neighbors of this, or local people from this neighborhood. They said that they had been sitting down relaxing whenever they heard multiple shots fired between 6 and 7. They reacted by getting on the ground shortly after the shots were fired. They did hear tires squeal and kind of take off. They did call 911, and shortly thereafter the police did arrive. This is definitely not a norm for Kenosha in general, but definitely not for this neighborhood. Again, what you have going on here is that we are at the scene of a reported shooting, 5th Avenue and 44th Street. And looks like they're currently kind of collecting evidence at the scene. And that's what you got going on. I mean, honestly, most of Kenosha generally is nice and quiet, but yes, this area in particular, given its proximity to the lake, things like that, this usually is a very quiet part of town. So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a scope, you have a car there, we have a car there, and we have a car over here. And these are blocking off the the 3 ways into the street this way. And then down at that end, you guys can see a squad car that's kind of blocking that end off as well. Yes, it appears to be this house right here that was actually kind of hit in the shooting. Whether or not it was targeted, it would appear that it was targeted, but I don't have any factual information to state that it was. Again, earlier tonight we did receive information that police were reporting to a scene of a shots fired. As we approached, an officer asked what brought us out. We told him that we were independent media. We asked if he could tell us what was going on. He did say that they were reporting to the scene of shots fired, that it's 7 shots that appear to be fired, and that no one had been injured. Upon further review, actually, let me correct myself. The officer did not say that 7 shots had been fired. He said that they had been responding to shots fired, so I do apologize. Let's correct that. So then, as you can see, what got the 7 shots fired is that you can see 7 evidence markers on the ground, and then you do see officers that are constantly going in and out of this house here, as well as earlier we did see them kind of working to pull out bullet fragments from the side of the aluminum siding. This is actually 5th Avenue and 44th Street. It's not 6th or 8th, it's 5th Avenue and 44th Street. We are literally, I want to say, a stone's throw away from the lake. No, it's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I was providing you guys correct information. Again, I don't know that we're going to be able to get a statement from the officers, but hopefully we will. I don't know if that's, yep, looks like there's another squad car right over there. So there is that. And yeah. Alright guys, so what I'm kind of doing right now is I kind of look around, and the reason why I'm looking around is I'm trying to figure out, trying to look to see if I don't want to speculate, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to look around and see if there would be an idea of which way the vehicle may have headed. So that's what we got going on. No, Gloria, no one was injured. So just to kind of recap, we are at the scene of a reported shots fired. When we approached, an officer did come over and managed to speak with us. In the process of speaking with us, he did say that what they were doing is that they had reported to the scene of shots fired. When asked, he said that no one had been injured. As we came up to the corner of the street, we did take a look and see that there were currently 7 evidence markers marked on the ground, and officers were pulling what appeared to be bullet fragments out of the side of the condo/apartment building here. No one was injured. No one is reported injured, and again, the police, the officer that we spoke to whenever we approached, did say that no one had been injured. And again, that's a good thing. It looks like they are picking things up here. No, actually, let me just kind of say that Kenosha in general is not known for this kind of thing, but this is kind of a this particular neighborhood is definitely not known for this kind of thing. So again, I just kind of want to reiterate and let me reflect that Kenosha in general is not known for these types of things. But given this area and its proximity to the lake, no. Usually just loud, exhausted fireworks. I mean, that's a pretty accurate statement. So it would appear that they have collected the evidence markers. Not exactly sure what they're discussing, but I would love to get a moment with one of them and kind of find out what information they are able to give us. Again, what you got here is you have it blocked off heading south from on 5th Avenue, and then you have it blocked off on 44th Street from the west, and then you have it blocked off here on 44th Street coming from the east, which is the backside of where the lake is. And then, like I said, down at that end, they have 5th Avenue blocked off at that side as well. So what we're hoping is that we can maybe get a minute with one of the officers and kind of get a little bit more information. Not sure how that was relevant, James. Hey, Sydney. Alright, so to recap, we are at the scene of a reported shooting. We're on the corner of 55th Avenue and 44th Street in Kenosha, Wisconsin. As we approached, we did manage to speak with an officer. The officer did tell us that they had reported to the scene of a shooting. Earlier, we did see 7 evidence markers on the ground, so that would indicate that there was 7 shell casings or something of that nature that indicated that it had been at least a minimum of 7 shots fired. And then also we saw officers that were kind of removing bullet fragments from the side of the house. With that being said, we also were told by the officer as we approached that no one had been injured. You can also see that there is no ambulance here. No one has been injured. So yeah, that's where that stands.
How we doing, sir? All right. You guys able to respond on exactly what happened here tonight?
No, you have to ask Lieutenant Nosley. He's our public information officer. He works during the day.
Sure, I got his number.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
You guys get closer now. We're talking.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So the officers did tell us that they would not be able to answer any questions at this time. So I'm going to kind of... Yeah, he said that we can kind of go closer now.
Okay. So we have clearance out to kind of walk.
So that's usually, I'm going to guess standard protocol is that they have a media relations officer that's going to go ahead and answer any questions that we might have. So we can see that. There's another one. So they actually marked with numbers. This is going to be 6, 5, 4.
I'm gonna double over here.
So this seems to
2.
be where potentially these were
That's
the bullet casings
1.
were.
Oh, there's another one right there, though.
There is. So did we miscount the evidence markers?
So there's 1,
Yep. There's 2.
2,
3 is over here.
3, 4, 5.
That's
6,
7 then.
and that's 7.
That's going to be 7 then.
Hold on a second. So that's
So are they speculating this way? Look, here.
yes.
So this is what we're talking about. So this would be the
speed off.
Yep, the speed off mark. So it would appear that the assumption is that they went that way.
Look, you've got shells on both sides of the vehicle.
Hold on. If you're
North.
I mean, I wouldn't make a left-hand turn for the life of me.
I'd go north all day.
100%. Why would you turn?
Why turn?
Right. Straight
Go north and stay back road until I could turn off probably 4 or 5 blocks up, man, before it gets to that dead end down there that you can see.
Right.
So before it gets to that dead end, man, there's a Privy Road right before that that goes right over to 7th Ave and would allow them to go north towards Racine, whatever it was, man. Easy access from there, man, but it would keep them hidden on a back road.
So it would appear.
Unless we went forward to see more, to see if there's some stress turn marks on another corner, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I mean, you've got.
But the way this takes off,
That's
it
a
doesn't.
posi rear end for one.
Yeah.
And I don't see.
First of all, if you're taking a turn and taking it at.
Hold on a second.
Wait.
Is there an officer here?
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, there was one parked over here. So yeah, never mind.
That officer's got a shitty fucking leak.
Might have had the AC on. Why, I don't know, but it's plausible.
They all do. No, look.
Is that a? All right, so no, I'm not going to check the house because that would not be. I wouldn't want to have people shining anything in my car or in my house. Yeah, it is.
That's an old man.
All right, so
Put him down that way.
I would say so too. So based on the way they have it marked, based on the tire marks, it looks like the assumption is that they came from the south on 5th.
Yep.
They marked off the shell casings as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
He's over here.
Is 7 over there?
Yeah, that's 7.
So yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna use fucking light on the house.
yeah, I'm not gonna go over there and check that either.
Of course he is.
Nope.
Of course he is.
Nope.
Why the fuck wouldn't he?
But you're right. Because over here,
That's either side of the car.
yep.
So you've got one aiming this way on this side over the car. And then that, if that's 2, that's a back passenger and a front passenger. But then number 4, hold on a second.
Well, I'd love to know if they're all the same caliber, but obviously we're not going to find that out until tomorrow.
Or the next day. Because I mean that mark's not coming in. He's running straight. Yeah, I mean collectively that would go forward.
It's not like they're wide apart. Do you see what I mean?
No, I mean they're a decent spread. I mean I'd put that as
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. It's not something that's. Yeah, it's.
but I mean you're looking at a posi rear end no matter what. Oh,
Huh?
for sure, Captain shine the fucking light in their goddamn house.
Yeah.
Dick move. Traumatic experience. And you're like, let me put a fucking light on your shit.
Investigative journalism.
No, I get it.
I mean, I at least would have been here for if they had responded with freaking out. So at least there's that.
Last one came here. Oh, last one was fired back that way.
Or either.
Just the order that they found them.
there's that. So it's either the order they found them.
or the order they were fired. But that's usually the order they found. So that means when they came in, they came in and blocked off down there and came up and they were like, oh man, we got all these here, and then somebody saw one there. So they tracked that one.
So it would appear,
They aimed directly at the house. They didn't go for the car. They didn't go for nothing, dog.
not only that, but they didn't find anything. So it's a safe assumption it's down here, right?
Yeah, they're pried up over there.
Nah, bro, just start shining lights. I did.
No, for sure.
It's right there. It's
No,
that.
like, I get it. I get it.
I'm good. I mean,
I want to see the bullet holes.
No, that was good, man.
all right, guys. So as you can see, we actually got to check out the area, but again, it's still all speculation. So at this point, we'll reach out to the media relations officer, see if we can get any information from them, and then kind of go from there. Again, I really prefer not to speculate until I get a little bit more information. No, the police already left. They're already done. They've done with this. So my guess is they've actually been here for a while. Then.
We all heard that shit.
So seems that we've gotten here a little bit later than they did. What we'll do is we'll try and create a follow-up for that and see what information we can get. That being said, though, guys, I'm starving. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I said that twice. I know that. So I'm actually going to sign off. I'm going to be done for the night. And you know what the deal is. I will see you guys all in the next one.